Ladies, gentlemen, and internet trolls too, welcome back to Fan Fridays, the show where I give outsiders an inside look into the mind of an MLB All-Star. Have you ever wondered how teammates stay in contact during the quarantine when we don't see each other every day? Got that answer and a lot more coming right up. All right, let's answer some questions from YouTube first. Question number one, let's say you sign a 3-year deal with an NL team. Will you start working on your hitting? And the answer to that simply is no. At least not working on it in the way that I consider working on it to be. If I'm working on something, that means I'm devoting 2, 3, 4 hours a day to that skill, trying to get better at it at a very rapid pace. I will work on my hitting, meaning I'll go take BP every couple days and think about it a little bit maybe. I might ask about a scouting report for a pitcher, but no, I don't think so, because I don't think I'll start working on it, seriously working on it, because it's just, I'm too far away from being a good hitter, and it's not going to add to my value nearly as much as spending that time working on pitching would. So, no, I'll never be a good hitter. I know that. Not going to work on it. Question number 2. Do you watch any other sports besides baseball? Yes, I do. I watch college basketball a lot. I watch, let's see here. I'll watch the playoffs, the NFL playoffs. Watch college football a good amount. Just the big games on Saturdays. But mainly, I'm a playoff hockey guy. I don't watch a whole lot of regular season hockey, but playoff hockey, the Stanley Cup chase is awesome. I love it. The intensity is crazy, and some of the things those guys do on skates are just unbelievable to me. I couldn't do it. I can barely even stand up on ice skates, so that's super interesting for me. I really enjoy those sports on TV. I watch a little bit of XFL just for the novelty of it. Every now and then, I'd watch some curling, mostly during the Olympics. I think curling's kind of interesting, and they're just brushing away on the ice. But as far as being a fan and watching consistently, it's Duke basketball, it's some college football, playoff hockey, and maybe a little bit of NFL playoffs sometimes. Mahomes is pretty cool to watch. Question number 3. Are you still throwing simulated games during this weird time to stay in shape? And the answer to that is yes, as much as possible. I'm throwing 5 to 6 times a week right now. I do bullpens on my own. I set up 2 batting tees with balls on them, and then I try to hit the ball off the tee. So that's my command work that I'm coupling with some different vision training techniques that I've been developing to try to improve my command. So I'm doing that, and then I also have 1 day, sometimes 2 days a week, where I actually find a hitter to stand in. Been throwing the D-trick a little bit since he's here in Arizona as well right now. Hoping to find more hitters to throw to, as long as we can do it in a responsible way and maintain social distancing and stuff like that. Maybe I'll film some of those and put them out, or I don't know. Let me know how you guys think about that. Would you guys be mad if I was throwing live ABs to hitters and filming it and putting it out? Would that be irresponsible? I'm taking all the precautions of social distancing and all that. But let me know what you guys think about that. I'm curious to understand that, because I think it'd be kind of cool content to put out, but I also want to be conscious of, not upsetting people. So anyway, now let's see for some questions from my fans at trevorbauer.com. Oh man, I'm going to mess up your name, Nico. Nico Bielik. Sorry if I got that incorrect. But Nico asks, how can the MLB make baseball more popular globally? That's a great question, and I think a question that a lot of people at MLB have been trying to solve for a while. There are large markets out there that don't watch baseball, don't play baseball. Part of that is because you need so much equipment to play baseball, or equipment, space, and people. You can play soccer one-on-one. You can play basketball one-on-one. You can play some of these sports one-on-one. Baseball, you can't necessarily play one-on-one. You need a ball, you need a bat, you need multiple balls probably if you're going to foul balls off or whatever. But the biggest thing I think they could do to make it more popular is to try to get their get their product seen by a lot more people. And they're doing a good job of that in some ways, trying to get into, get baseball games played in London, get baseball games played in Mexico, get baseball games played in Japan or Korea or whatever, and just kind of expose people to baseball and the culture that is surrounding baseball right now, how fun it is to go out and hang out at a ball game or, see some of the plays. But you gotta hype it up. You gotta talk about how great the game is too. So if people in markets that don't really watch baseball already are watching baseball games and all they hear is how the game is bad, that's just not a good way to spread your product. So the announcers have something to do with it for sure. Distribution has something to do with it. Getting players over in foreign markets to actually go over and interact with the fans and put on exhibitions and teach. That's a part of it. And I know MLB has academies around the world that they try to do that with. So it's a complicated question. I don't have a great understanding of the worldwide market and what that exactly would look like. I haven't spent a whole lot of time researching it. So those are some things that come to my mind immediately. Some of the things that MLB is already doing, some of the things I think they might be able to do better regarding the announcers and stuff, but definitely working on it. Let's see, next up, question number 5 from Brent Herzog, who asks, which batter at any level was the toughest to strike out? This is a tough one. I can't remember back to Little League days or high school. I don't remember much about college. I pretty much struck everybody out in college. Man, someone that I faced, you know what? Miguel Cabrera probably is up there. I faced him enough that he's very good at putting the ball in play. I don't think I've struck him out very often. Man, this is a struggle. I feel like it would be... Nori Aoki was one. I just never seemed to be able to get a ball past him. He would just fight balls off and foul them off all the time. It was annoying because it'd be a 9 or 10 pitch bat every single time, and he'd then probably get a hit. So that's one. I don't know a whole lot of people. For me, I generally tend to remember people that I completely dominate, that I strike out a lot, or people that completely dominate me. Neither of those really fit into this category of people that are tough to strike out. So, yeah, I don't know. I guess either Miguel Cabrera or Nori Aoki would be the two that come to mind right now. I'm sure I'm missing some. But, yeah, that's what I got. Question number 6 comes from David Alaba, who says, why are your cutter and slider so close together in velocity? Was this by design? No, it was not. Generally speaking, I'd like my cutter to be in the 86 to 90 range and my slider to be in the 81 to 83 range. I think 2018 was more like that, or more in that direction. 2019 was not, because I was injured the majority of the year. My cutter velocity fell quite a bit. My slider velocity actually fell a decent amount too. So I was throwing sliders between 77 and 80, and I was throwing cutters in the 81 to 83 range, just because I couldn't do my delivery the way I needed to really be able to drive velocity through a cutter. And because of that, I wasn't moving as efficiently, which means I wore down more quickly than I normally would. So I wasn't able to, the energy level, I guess, that it takes to throw every pitch as hard as possible, wasn't there as much in 2019 as it was in 2018. Because the year was just a struggle, so that wore on me physically, it wore on me mentally, stuff like that. But this year I'll be healthy, and assuming we get baseball back at some point, which I'm pretty confident we will, that cutter speed will be in that 86 to 90 range, and the slider hopefully will be 80 to 82 in that range. So definitely not by design. I don't like them being that close, but that's one of the reasons why. And last but not least is question number 7 from Will Morris, who says, how do players and coaches communicate as a group after they've gone their separate ways for the day? Do they have one big group chat? It depends on the team. Most teams have a group chat. The problem with group chats is if you have Android devices and iOS devices, then when people get shuffled up and down, You can't take certain people out of a group, so you have to start a completely new group. And so when you have a lot of roster changes going on, or someone goes on the IL, DL, whatever, when someone's on the injured list, someone comes up for 10 days and then gets optioned down, and then it just gets kind of complicated. So what we've gone to is using WhatsApp. And so everyone can kind of download WhatsApp and we can all communicate there. We have 5 or 6 group chats going on right now. We got coaches and players in one. We got just players in another. We got just pitchers in another one and just hitters in another one. And they're good. They're good team building experiences. There's some, if you want to, if you want the personality of a team, just go through and read their group chat. You'll pick it up really quickly. Some are very baseball focused and some are not baseball focused at all, but they're all very entertaining. So that's 7 questions for the day. That went by pretty quickly. I didn't ramble nearly as much as I usually do. So to close this out, I got a question for you guys and gals and internet trolls. And that question is, what are you missing most during this quarantine? Could be sports, could be work, could be movie theaters, whatever. Doesn't have to be baseball related. What are you missing most? And yeah, let me know in the comments. That's today's episode. So if you haven't already, please subscribe. I have a goal of getting to 100,000 subscribers by the end of 2020. Leave me a like. It's that thumbs up button down there. If you could click that, that'd be great. Turn on notifications so you don't miss any of my future content. If you would like to see my content, which hopefully you do. I try to make it entertaining for you guys and girls. If you'd like a shout out in a future video, head on over to trevorbauer.com, sign up for my email list, and submit your question on the homepage. And I think that's it. So have a great day. Enjoy quarantine if you can. Hopefully it's done soon. Let me know any of your thoughts in the comments, and I'll see you guys in the next video.